everybody, I'm Latrina Patrick. Welcome to day 12 of our 90-day grant writing tutorial. Well, we've covered quite a bit so far, and so far we've gone through all the components of the grant, and now we're at the point where you're almost ready for submission, and the last thing you want to do to kind of wrap up is to put your appendix together. And there are a couple of things that I want to share with you about that. It's a simple process, but it can trip some people up. So let me just cover a couple of things that will be helpful to you. First and foremost, if you have a corporate or a foundation grant that you're applying to, that's pretty simple. They don't usually have a lot of specifications about what goes into the appendix, so I want to let you know what's typically you would put into an appendix. This is where you're going to include your letters of support or commitment. You want to include your 501c3 tax designation letter from the IRS to prove that you are indeed a nonprofit with the tax exempt status. They're going to always want to see that. You would also include maybe your list of your board of directors. That's important to a lot of corporations and foundations, so you want to include a list of who those people are. If you have a lot of things that you've quoted, like statistics and research and data, you want to put your literature citation in your appendix. Now, those items will also be some of the same items that you would use for a federal or state grant as well. But they are going to be a little more specific about what you can and cannot include. They're going to ask for those things, but they will typically also include some certifications, some exhibit forms that are mandatory. And they will have those available to you probably through grants.gov, definitely through grants.gov, so you can download and make sure you complete those and send those back or upload those when you submit the grant electronically. But here's the most important thing about submitting your appendix for your federal or your state grant. That is, you need to include only what they ask for. This is not the place where you can try to sneak in some additional information that you didn't think you had time or enough room to include in your narrative. That's the last thing you want to do, and it could very well disqualify you. So that's the main thing I want to warn you against, is that don't try to use this as an addition to your narrative. That's not going to work, and it's going to backfire on you. So as I said, the federal grants and the state grants will have very specific instructions in their funding announcements about what they want to see in these sections, and the best thing you can do is adhere to those instructions. Okay, well, that is it for this section on appendix. We'll be back tomorrow with some more information on another great tutorial. In the meantime, if you have any questions about what you've seen today, post those questions here on our YouTube channel so that we can answer those questions and other people can have access to the responses. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you will get access to my videos as soon as I upload them. You'll get a notification. I also send out a weekly email update with what's coming up that week in the tutorial, so you can get a sneak peek at what we're going to be covering that week, and you can plug in whenever you're most interested. So to do that, go over to my website, www.greatervisionconsulting.com, and subscribe to that. As a free gift for doing so, I will send you a Grant Writer's Toolkit. And it has a sample budget, sample letters of support, a proposal template that you can use when you're not applying for a federal or a state grant and you don't know what goes where or what needs to go in there. That template will save you. And also some links and some resources that are very helpful to a beginning grant writer. So thank you so much for joining today, and I look forward to seeing you back tomorrow. Bye.